34.
Fuck, I don't know. Is it? What does it say out there?
It's gotta be.
You have a counter?
Move. You know the door's open. Move.
You have a counter?
35.
35.
Podcast episode 35. It is Thursday, February 7th, 5:18. We got Pierre here.
Green pants?
Just for you guys.
And he's wearing the green pants.
I wore the green pants. I don't know if we can pin the
Came down just for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a black shirt under here, don't worry.
Yes, I do actually.
So we're going to go through some of these, but they were having a pretty good conversation. Pierre's a weird fella. He always wants to solve a problem that doesn't exist, but he'll create a problem to solve the problem. So he's asking for something that it's possibly viable. He wants a small med pouch on the small of his back on a belt, not on the armor, so that precludes the L-pack. He has a compact tear-off. He loaded the compact tear-off up, and it is just too big. Really, the problem is that Pierre has an issue sitting back up when he goes supine to shoot. So he has an issue, and he has to roll over, and now he's got this big thing. Really, what it comes down to is these guys, we say kids, these kids have never worn a actual 1-quart canteen, much less 2 of them, or a butt pack or an Alice pack.
Or 4 of them.
Had you ever done any of that, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But the world's different. Guys aren't running hard stop. The guys are not running hard canteens.
That's fine.
And they're running Camelback, so they're soft and padded, and they've got pillows, and they've got these squishy things. They've never actually had any rigid, real gear.
Do you run a Camelback on the range? Are you running a Camelback?
No.
Or are you just
My
going
question
back to
about the canteen was, I've never in the military, never done any of that stuff, so I don't know. I'm assuming when you say canteen, it's for water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you
1 quart.
and you carried it where?
In a pouch right back here.
Back there.
Yeah.
2 of them.
Was this before? Because from what I've understood, recently the warfare has changed to more being in cars and more being, you know what I mean? Like so.
Technology.
Okay, so has that
Technology
now, like,
changed.
at the very end of your tenure, were you still carrying a canteen there? Do you think dudes now that
I still had a canteen.
Okay. Do you think dudes now running around?
New guys aren't going to. I don't even know if I might be a little out there. They probably are still issuing them, but they're just taking everything in a Camelback.
Okay. So like that's my thought of like.
And then
the canteen carrying thing, like I get it. If you did it,
the big cool thing now is Nalgene bottles, which is
still
just
rigid,
right.
Just as hard.
But my like you're saying, if you carried it, you would never complain about it. You know what I mean? The dudes nowadays are if they're not doing it, what are they doing?
So what Pierre basically wants is what he wants isn't feasible. It changes. So what he wants is a zippered knife pouch in the small of his back where you can just put some nice flat things in there and just have them with you, so that if you did ditch your armor, you still on your first line gear attached have some medical kit, which is that's how everybody used to do it, except it was a 500 IV pouch attached with a gunshot wound kit and a fucking 500 IV bag in that pouch on your fucking belt attached to you. So that changes when we start putting medical shit in a zippered knife pouch. Is that quickly becomes a pouch that is twice as deep and twice as long and twice as wide and tall as a zippered knife pouch. So now we put all the things in there, and he's like, I want to carry a VOC. Okay, well, VOC's cool, but we can do VOC, like issued tac response VOC. We can make that way smaller by getting rid of the fucking bandages and putting quick clock Z-fold in there, or H&H gauze, which is what Eli's going to tell you. Let's run smaller content so we can have a smaller package, especially for that application. We can have a more comprehensive medical pouch on our armor. We can have a much more comprehensive pouch, medical kit in backpack, vehicle, secondary, tertiary locations. So we have all that. We don't make really what he's asking for. Is it viable? Yeah, we can probably sell them. Can I sell 1,000 of them? I don't know. Could I sell 100 of them? Yeah, we could sell 100 of them. So then you have, okay, we've got this, it's nice and tight, it's zippered up, now it's on the small of your back. You still can't get it left or right, so how are we going to get it from the small of the back into the hands to work on? Well, chances are with that shit, you're not rendering self-aid. It's for somebody else, really. If the one on your back is so the dude working on you has it. Ideally, you're back to these kind of situations where you're wearing an armor carrier. You have unit SOPs and stuff like you're probably jocked up with 5 other dudes, hopefully, and it's not just you. Yeah. Now, if you talk, mall shooter or something, that's obviously a different situation. So
the odds of kidding up for that.
So now we have to figure out how to make it.
In the SAS.
Now we have to figure out how to make it removable, yet still secure. So now we're putting it on a panel like the compact tear-off comes out with. So basically, think larger, longer zippered knife pouch holds all your med shit on a longer harness like the compact tear-off has in a horizontal orientation with Velcro, and then you can't just have Velcro, so we got to have a clip. Now we're back to something that we're like, we don't want to drive. We don't want to sit on this fucking thing and drive. Well, you don't want to be in fucking combat getting shot at either, so you have to do what you have to do to make that shit work.
Before before everybody jumps in and says the smaller your back shit, like, I'm not putting anything hard in there. I'm not putting
Yeah, we got it.
You know what I mean? Like that. Well, there's gonna be somebody that you're gonna break your back.
Yeah, we don't care.
Okay.
That's their problem.
Yeah.
Jane, like I said, Jaeger will be the first person to tell you no handcuffs in the
Correct.
small of your
Yeah,
back
yeah,
because
yeah.
cops fucking get paralyzed.
It's gonna be bandages and stuff.
Yeah, soft
Tourniquets
stuff.
have other places on the belt to be able to reach.
My thing was, and we haven't hit Eli up. My thing was throw this at Eli without me saying anything to Eli. You reach out because I'm curious genuinely to see what Eli says without any of my input. I want to hear what Eli says. Jeff had a good input, and what did you say? Fupa.
Yeah, just get a Fupa.
And what did you say?
But
like every ninja
every
in the
ninja
world.
in the world has a fucking Fupa.
But where do they run it?
Right here
Right
in the
where the
front.
Fupa's supposed
And
to be.
why?
Right,
Why do they run it?
why?
Right there in the front because of the access.
Exactly.
And it's because of the access, and it's out of everything. It's not in the way of anything.
You can drive with it. You can fucking wear armor with it.
Yeah.
You've got your medical in it. You've got more bullets in it. You've got a backup pistol in it. You've got fucking comms. Like, you can make it as small or big as you want to. There's the dangler. The fucking danglers you see on everybody's armor. Those are fucking armor. Those are Fupas with fucking attachments on them. Like, we're coming out with one. If you want a fucking dangler, you want a Fupa you can wear as a dangler, tell us. You get fucking 12 dudes, we'll fucking make it next week.
Does the back of the Fupa have?
No.
Okay, nothing.
The problem with the dangler for you is
Yeah.
it doesn't fit your scenario. Meaning your scenario is the fucking
So
armor.
my thought
that
with
the armor
Yeah,
that-
when you drop your armor, you're dangling.
Where at least with the Fupa.
Well, I could
it's
still
on
attach
there.
it to the belt. It would be like a
Yes.
sort of like a drop leg, just more centered. Because the drop leg, like I got a panel.
No, you're not going to attach it to the belt. You're just going to wear it with the fucking
Armor.
waist strap, and you're going to spin it around, just
Okay.
like dudes wanting to put you can put a cute little backpack on the back of your fucking armor carrier. You can't get into the cute little backpack, and even if you have a quick release fucking thing, we've made them. We did a whole fucking single point harness, a single point release system like a parachute fucking has, for a radio rucksack. You couldn't re-rig that bitch yourself without taking all your armor off. It was fucking awesome. It wasn't feasible. You know what was feasible? A fucking day pack or a camelback or an Alice pack.
Just on top of the armor.
Yeah.
You put your armor on and then you put the backpack
Yep.
on. And
Why is that? Because I might need to get in here, or I might want to get in here, or I might want to get my power bar
Right.
at a rally stop. I might want to fucking fill my camelback, my fucking 1 quarts off my 2. I might want to move water. I might want to move something from one location to replenish the secondary.
I've been seeing
So you have to have a fucking shoulder strap.
I mean, that goes.
I've been seeing backpacks on the back, and I've seen there's dudes that like get some of the backpacks that you can tuck the hands in.
Super neat.
Right, yeah, and then they clip in, but then you have to again like if you're ditching, and I get it. I play like I said earlier, full disclosure. I'm playing dress up. I get it, right? But like,
Okay.
But the real
dudes-
application is if you fall off the fucking boat, or
Right,
you
you need
fall
to-
off
you
the
need to
gas oil
quick.
platform, or your choppers, and there are
Right,
real
right.
situations. If you're on E&E, you've just been compromised. All your fucking team is dead, and you have to
move.
fucking move fast before you're dead.
You're done
You got to
chilling,
drop
right.
some weight. You got to
Right.
fucking bail. You got to
So-
get in a small fucking pipe
Right.
underground. Fucking whatever.
So
you
the
have to
clipping
do.
of the backpack on and off, like that's administrative stuff. Like I got a time, I can take my backpack off. Like it's like administrative gun handling.
No, most of that is the dude behind you can grab fucking flashbangs, grenades, or replenish fucking
His ammo,
or the
or
belt
whatever.
or the belt fed
It
ammo.
goes
Yeah.
back to what I said before. The stuff on your back
It's not for you.
is not for you.
Right.
It's for the guy behind you.
Right. No, and I
So
I get
the real answer is we can do 100% of what you're asking for with the Fupa. We can make it cooler and make it so you can tuck it in that fucking flap of your armor,
with the Velcro.
But your application, that's not what you're asking. Because if you
Right.
dump your armor, you just dump that.
I
Whereas if you run it exactly the same, not as a dangler, but with that 1.5-inch waist strap, it's over your other belt. If you drop your armor, you still have this shit. You've still got an extra Glock pistol or whatever you got in there. You still got some pistol mags. You still got a little bit of chow. You have or a fucking shitload of med stuff, or some of all of it. You still have that shit. And when you go to the gym, dudes don't really look at that shit anymore. Like, you just go to the gym and you throw it down, and now your fucking gun's there. Or you go to the mall, like, you don't have to wear it. You can wear it over your fucking shoulder. Like,
and everybody's got like.
Everybody sees the Supreme bag.
Have you ever seen the zip, the bags?
I'll build you a red one, and we'll fucking stencil Supreme down the front of it.
I can see the. I got a class coming up. I'll try the Fupa thing out.
I'm not saying we won't build what you want, because I think I can sell what you want. There's dudes that'll want them, but the real dudes that are asking for them,
they're not.
They're just looking to buy another piece of gear. But so the kit you looked at, you're like, this is fucking rad. This is the thing. We built that with Eli. I don't know. I think Eli legitimately just forgot to bring it. It's more of it's a much bigger zippered knife pouch, but it's very rigid. We built that as a drug kit. That's an injections kit. So he's got vials in there, and he's got already preloaded ready checks. So his dope, all his fucking meds and shit are already in there. And that card in the middle, that holds vials. And then you've got the rigid outside on both sides. Those hold ready checks. So we can put 4, depending on the size needle that they're shoving, we can put 3 or 4 injections on each side. It's pretty crush proof. And it'll go in a cargo pocket or in a pocket of some other gear. That's what that was.
Skully was telling me earlier before the Fupa and before those, just run a belt mounted tear off med pouch on the side somewhere or whatever.
Your compact
tear off on
in a vertical orientation that takes care of your problem.
Right. My issue, and I get before everybody, you got to lose. Like as of right now, I'm trying to get kit for me now. I have a hard time reaching both sides easily. Now the self aid thing, correct. I'm with you. The self aid thing. I didn't really think a lot about that. You know what I mean? Like if something happens in training or something like that, there's going to be 10 dudes.
Well, you just said, that's the thing I always try and get with people is you can't when you're getting ready to do this, whatever it is you're going to do, you cannot generalize it. You have to be specific in what you are doing, because if you try and generalize it,
pretty soon you're bringing swim fins to the desert.
Yeah, you're bringing swim fins to the desert. So you need to be specific on what you're doing. And you said, chances are, if I'm going to get injured, it's going to be on the range. Well, that changes the dynamic of what you're doing. You don't have to John Wick it and fucking do self-aid in the tunnel.
Correct.
Chances are somebody else is going to do it for you anyway.
So then now, for the subload,
plus
3x6.
Plus, if you're on the range and you fucking shoot yourself, those motherfuckers are going to jump on you because they know you already shot yourself. Right. You're definitely not putting a tourniquet on, right?
So now the subload, let's see, we'll go with what we got. Would you put a tear off 2 mags and then a tear off on a 3x6? Or would you leave the subload for
you actually totally could do that. You have the real estate
to
put
6 panels, right?
Yeah, you have the real estate to put 2 M4 mags, which is what you said you wanted to do. Yeah. And I said, so he's talking about a subload. Yeah. Dudes hate fucking subloads. Subloads were the shit. Like, we could legitimately not build enough subloads. Like, we were running thousands of subloads. So, he wanted to run traditional single point 2-leg strap subloads. We make a dual rifle subload that'll hold an AK M4 mags side by side, 1 of each. So you got 2 on the leg. And I said, why don't we move you into a 3x6 subload, because it's going to be higher up. It's not as far down on your leg. And instead of a single point, it's 2 points, so that it's a little more stable. It's very, very minimal and low profile. And then we can still put your 2 mags, but it's going to allow you to put the 2 mags you're saying you want, center it, so the weight distribution is even, or move them forward, and that gives you 2 more channels. And I said for a smoke, but compact tear-off would totally fit
so
there.
I could run medical first, and then the 2 mags behind it.
Yes, you could.
I could reach with my left hand, and I could reach with my right hand.
And they're very, very fucking...
And I'm not... How many times am I going to be... You know what I mean? Like, if I have to shoot around cover on the side...
You are back to... Can you fucking get to your leg on your right leg
it's on the
with
front,
your left hand?
If it's going to be on the front of the thigh. Okay. So it'd be the first 2 panels, then mag.
Okay, devil's advocate, what if you're fucking shot and you're on your stomach? You're not going to fucking be able to...
If I get shot and I'm on my back and it's in the middle of my back, the med kit's...
I agree 100%.
Right.
I'm just throwing the bullshit back at you that you weren't thinking of.
So if I'm prone Right, and you know, so I'm hoping you jump in more than me. But
Jeff,
here's off
Jeff
the top
can
of my
tell
head,
you about fucking...
prone, right?
No, he can tell you about fucking being stuck turtleback.
So if I'm prone, and it's my issue with the tear off on the center of my back is I had everything in a VOC in it, and it was arching my back too high.
A lot of it's how you load it.
Correct. So now if I'm on a subload and it's in the first two panels and I have it not sideways, it's cocked a little bit, it favors forward. Now if I'm sideways shooting on my side, I'm really just sitting on the mags, right? So it's not big and bulky. If I'm prone and I need to go prone and it's digging in my leg, I can just turn my leg a little bit.
Show me. How do you prone?
I prone this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
you got to come up.
Show me your Chris Costa. Come on, Chris Costa.
I like
runway.
Chris.
You gotta have a fucking...
I don't have a room.
Come on, show me.
I don't have a room.
All right.
So I will say,
hold on. Give me Trexus.
Trexus. He's got that old man max.
Right.
Mask.
Fucking just do a Trexus. Show me some Trexus.
He's
pretty cool.
super-
Did you just hurt your elbows?
I did.
Did
You
your
hear him
elbows
pop?
just come out of your
You hear
shoulder?
him pop?
God
You hear him
damn.
pop? That testosterone's working already.
Yeah,
it's
I feel
fast.
fucking quick.
Fucking, I want to go hang out with Trexus.
True Exodus? Yeah, he's a cool guy.
No, I want to. He's a kid, right?
No, he's a preacher.
Good. We'll bring him here. We're starting a church. I
Okay.
want to bring in
He's
fucking
in.
preachers.
He's in.
All right.
Real talk.
We can
man.
just keep going with this. Like, we don't even have to do this. We can do this tomorrow morning. Tell him your turtleback story. Tell him about some turtleback. Tell him about turtlehead and prairie dogging.
Didn't I already told this story?
He hasn't heard it.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
yeah,
but I
tell
don't give
me.
a fuck about whether Pierre's heard it.
Tell it. Come on. It's good.
Is it a good story? All right, so this is in Iraq. Anytime that, so this is when I had the rifle platoon, and anytime any of the squads had to go on a combat patrol, I would go with them as adult leadership.
That's all leadership.
Because the Marine
Do they
Corps,
really call it that?
No, I called it that because the Marine Corps had a really bad.
Jeff went every time one of Jeff's teams went out the wire on a combat patrol. Jeff went with them every single time.
I had a problem with the way the Marine Corps was running the war. That the Marine Corps was not. I don't want to say the way they were running the war. Basically, if you look back at that time period, you're going to hear a lot of people talking about it was a corporals war. That corporals were making. They were making theater level decisions on the battlefield, and the reason why that was because it was the corporals and the sergeants who were out there. Anybody with rank above that was behind the fucking wire in the fobs, and you can't be mad at a lance corporal or a corporal or even a sergeant for making a decision that makes the Marine Corps look bad. Because you didn't provide him with any leadership,
or while you're getting fucking shot at.
Yeah, while you're getting shot at. So that was my only task was adult leadership. I would tell the squad leaders, and they might tell you they didn't like it, just because I was out there. But I would tell the squad leaders, hey, this is your patrol. I'm carrying a radio and a rifle. You do your thing. I am not here to get in your way. I am just here in case something happens and the CO needs to talk to somebody. He's going to want to talk to me. So I went out on all the combat patrols. Even if we were doing 3 patrols a day, I would just fucking round robin and get right back in there. Endicott hated it because the motherfucker would want to run everywhere. So I would go out on the combat patrols with the squad. So I was out there more than most staff NCOs. We're doing this combat patrol through Huseva, and they were taking. What I think was happening was that there was somebody with an M16A4 because the unit before us lost a couple of them, and they were trying to figure out how the optics work because everybody was getting all the patrols were getting single shots, and it was getting closer and closer. So I think they were just trying to figure out where they had to aim and shit, all that. So we're doing this combat patrol, and we're basically on our way back into the fob. We're probably 200 yards out, walking down a straight street, and I'm in the rear, and we're a stagger column going down this alleyway, and there's a fucking single shot, real low to the ground though, so low to the ground that I've just all the way up the squad. I can see the dirt. Where this fucking round is passing. So literally, it had to have been like an inch off the deck. I see it. I turn around. I turn around and there's this fucking turd burglar with an AK-47, and he's on the corner. So I go to shoot. I fire like 3 rounds, but as soon as I am doing this, and I'm walking backwards at the same time because that's the direction we were going. So when I spun around, I started walking in the same direction. Well, I hit a fucking step to go into a house. Hit the step, fell on my back. I had a fucking rucksack. Obviously, all the accoutrements on the armor. You know, my fucking armor probably weighed more than an M1 Abrams. And so I am fucking on my back, rifle pointed in the air, trying to get it in the direction of the bad guy. And I see he is now decided he's going to shoot at me. The squad leader, Endicott at the time. The squad leader, Endicott at the time, as I go down, I hear him scream, "Oh my God, they got Staff Sergeant!" Oh, shit. And they start shooting. But the guys in the front of the column have no idea where this guy is at. So they're like shooting anywhere they feel like shooting at, these guys are shooting. So I'm turtlebacked and I'm trying to get up and shit. And this guy is shooting at me.
It's funny when he does it. It's like a robot.
This guy is shooting at me and I can see the bullets. Boom. 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 Like, at the time, the only thing I can think of is this guy is going to shoot me in the crotch. Because he's going right here. Walking right on. Well, fortunately for me, Lance Corporal with a fucking 249, he was the next guy in line on the opposite side. He fucking swung around and just fucking hosed this dude down. And then everybody ran over and was like getting ready, pulling their fucking first aid kits out and shit. Staff Sergeant's down! I'm like, get the fuck off me. I'm fine. I just tripped over this stupid step. But I'm still...
was hurt more than me.
I'm still fucking doing that. So there's my turtleback story.
There was no RPG involved in that one?
There was no RPG involved in that one. It was all AK-47.
All right. Do you want to address it?
I want to read that one. Just that one.
There's more. One? You're going to read it out of context because there's more.
There's more to that one. I got a compliment.
So
fuck everybody else is talking shit.
Juan Horiuchi killed Vicky and was at Waco. He's with H&S and Troy Industries. P.S. I'm shipping Skully a pair of saw drums. Keep it going. Love products and gear.
Do the saw drums have the links in there? I need the links.
I have a bunch of saw drums. Do you need some saw drums?
Saw drums don't do me no good without the rest of the saw.
Did you ever see... We were taking the saw drums for the seals and cutting the back and making a trap door so they could actually pull them without having to pull all the shit off.
Oh, I never saw that.
Okay. So Jaeger got a Fostech binary trigger he's playing with recently. You saw that?
I saw it.
And he was like, I'm not sure, and he was talking about it, so maybe I shouldn't talk about it. Anyways, he said...
Was it on a video?
No.
You probably shouldn't talk about it then.
If you put... you can get those uppers, those belt-fed uppers.
Yeah.
They don't work, though, do they?
Yeah, the new ones do.
Okay. And you put a Fostech trigger
in Ares Army. The Ares, I think it's Ares. It's not Ares Armory, but it's the Ares.
It's not Ares out of Oceanside.
You put a binary trigger in a lower, and you put the bolt-on belt-fed uppers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
Pretty close.
He was like a poor man. Like, you could probably get on it pretty quick.
One of those right now.
You probably get on there pretty quick.
I have them in fucking...
Yeah.
I've already... I mean, I know Jaeger. I know Jaeger likes to think he's cutting edge, but man, I bought 3 of those triggers fucking a year ago.
He was always against. Like, he was like, no, it's not that he's just like, it's some stuff I'm with you, but like what he was saying was like, he's now just like, the technology's gotten better. For a while they had you couldn't, and the other thing was like, why is everybody so worried about the second shot? Like,
okay, don't put the dude's name out there. Fuck this dude. Don't put his name out there because it'll only give him more fucking attention and traffic than he'll get on his own. You went to look up James's alter ego, Jim Jaeger, right?
Yeah.
He's doing this alter ego thing or whatever.
Yeah.
So I mention it to Jeff, and Jeff goes to look up Jim Jaeger, and all he finds is, what do you find?
I just
cross-dressing, high heel wearing, fucking lipstick, fucking fat.
I just went down the rabbit hole, and I
get him pretty descriptive.
I don't understand.
Fuck that dude.
I don't understand how you could be.
Your highest viewed video comments are videos talking shit about me or James or anybody else. Like literally, your highest 15 videos all have some shit to talk about James. Like that's all you have.
Did you see the Jim Yeager video?
I did not. I went
I'll
down that rabbit hole.
I'll find it and send it to you.
I heard there's a few of them.
No, there's only one. There's rumors that Yeager's going to make more. So it's like Jim
The bunny
Yeager,
sweater.
right?
Jim Yeager.
He's got a wig. He's got a shirt that's got a cat on it with shooting laser eyes in space. He's got a cup of chamomile tea, and he's talking about how great the 40 is and all the, you know what I mean? Like the complete opposite of Yeager.
That's awesome.
Right? So, and
That's
he likes
awesome.
cats and stuff like that. So I was like, whoa. I like chamomile tea. And Yeager wrote
exactly.
fucking figures.
And has cats.
And has cats. So yesterday, Jess was like, yo, I'm going to make some tea. You want some tea? And I was like, yeah, what are you going to make me? She's like, well, I got chamomile. And I was like, make me chamomile. I'm going to make a picture and put it up, call it the Jim Yeager trap.
I was wondering what
It's
that
chamomile
was.
tea, it's cat treats, and then it's a cat. And then presumably a gun chambered in 40. But we all know that 9mm is king, and I don't need anything
Yeah,
that starts with a 40.
chocolate.
It is.
Chocolate.
9mm is
You got-
king.
you got
All
some-
the ladies use 9mm. It's a great caliber if you're going to run a ladies course. Make
Well,
sure
maybe
they-
this testosterone will kick in now, and I'll switch
Oh
to
shit!
45.
Yeah, you know what? You should start doing little curls and shit.
Well, I do curls like this every. Oh, this way.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So you can.
Yeah, not this way.
Uh-huh.
I got you.
You got chocolate with you?
No,
You smell like a Hershey bar.
maybe I'm just sweating.
Like sweating chocolate? So what'd you find when you looked this up?
Well, that's what I just went
Yeah.
down a rabbit hole and I found this. This is what I always
Tell him what you told us.
I don't
Because he didn't realize we knew who this dude was.
So, first off, understand this. I don't understand. I don't understand outside of egos, because the problem with the gun industry is everybody thinks they're the alpha dog when the reality is, the only alpha dogs
Chris
are
Costa's dog is the alpha dog.
Yeah,
That
Chris.
fucking dog is
Yeah,
alpha.
his dog is
It
definitely
kills
the alpha
something
dog.
every time
Every
it
time
comes
it comes here, it kills something. So I'm going down this rabbit hole and I'm looking and I'm like, hey, what's up with this guy? Do we like this guy
Who
or
the
do we
fuck
not
is
like
this
this
turd?
guy?
No,
Who
fuck
is
that
this
guy.
turd? Because here's my problem. This is my problem. It is my problem. It's not his problem. Is if you're trying to relay information to people, if you're passing information to people, but everything that comes out of your mouth
It's shitty.
is just negative in some way, you're not really telling anybody anything. You're not telling anybody anything. You're just a disgruntled asshole in your basement that's trolling people. Like here's
He's
my
the
thing.
voice for all the trolls and the threepers and all the like.
I
I want to
legitimately
be a badass. He's
I
their
legitimately
That's their king.
king or queen.
He is all estrogen.
I legitimately
Queen.
looked
Fix
at this
myself.
channel and was like, wait a minute. Maybe it's just because of the interaction between
Correct.
these two individuals. Let me look and find something that.
Nice
let me look at.
Maybe this
let me
isn't a
look
good
at,
representation.
Yeah, let me look and see if he's got something that's worthy to say. And there wasn't a single bit of it. Everything was just fuck you and fuck those guys and fuck. And then he was talking like
And
I don't know who he is
in
at
real
all.
life, like you wouldn't even knock that dude's teeth out. Your girlfriend would fucking bitch slap that.
So
But I don't even
all
know
the
who
shit
is-
talkers. He's not the 3% king. I'll take that back.
Yeah.
What's a 3% king?
3%, like the 3%.
What is the
Mullen
3%?
Wobble. The 3% was
The dudes with tribal tattoos,
the real 3% were
barbed wire tattoos.
they all have this in common, yes. But the original 3% were the 3% of the population that actually fought the British. Like we don't need a whole
Okay,
nation of fighters.
okay.
We only need 3% of the armed
Okay.
population to actually fought. So that's where that
Gotcha.
comes from.
That's how it is everywhere.
The shit talkers that have made him millions upon millions, like he is their king, queen, whatever. You know what I mean? Like
That's
he-
true. That
he's
dude-
just bitter.
That dude has some videos about us too.
He's bitter. I've tried to watch his channel. Like there's a lot of dudes that
He'll do
don't
a 2-hour
associate
live feed.
with Camden. And man, everybody's got some information, so I'll give a little bit of like, let's just hear what you got.
But I mean,
that
does
motherfucker's got zero.
But here's the thing.
Did you see him in panties?
I did not see him in panties.
Oh, it's out
I'm
there.
just wondering, does he actually put out any content
no, it's
that
all
is
shit
relevant?
talking. It's all shit talking.
Because that's all I've seen is him. He'll be like, whatever.
no,
45 sucks.
you can't.
Fuck you.
You
if
can't
shoot
buy
a
him.
45.
You can't buy him. He can't be bought by the internet because he's the truth of the internet. But he's got and I'm going to give it away who he is probably, but he's got a monster Liberty safe in every single one of his videos.
Don't I have some Liberty safes? Aren't those the cheap ass?
No,
You've
no,
got
those are-
Brownings.
Right. Liberty's
Bro.
James has Liberty.
Liberty.
safes.
Yeah. James got that monster safe. That yeah.
But
So-
this is the thing. Why would? Because I saw him. The other thing he was doing was talking shit about people making money whether that's through the NRA or whatever. And it's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
why,
it's NRA.
motherfucker? Why would you begrudge anybody for making money? Who the fuck
It's
are
there's
you?
no- you're not spending
because
the
he's
effort.
because he's not making any
It-
money.
No,
guarantee
see, I
that
don't. I don't. agree with
I
that.
guarantee
He's
I haven't
got to be
seen,
making money.
I guarantee I haven't seen a single video of him in Washington D.C. outside the fucking White House waving
You're
the
not
flag.
putting. You don't have nowadays. You don't have a YouTube channel that's got as many subscribers as him, that gets the viewership that he does, and you're not monetizing that.
Because
If you are, because it's just 300,000 videos.
He is geared towards making video for the fucking Antifa kids. Like,
Man, that's
really,
right.
if you stop and look at it,
But still make money off
it
of
ain't
it.
fucking meat eaters watching his shit.
No,
Well, yeah, he
It's-
has to be making money.
It's estrogen
Yeah.
kids with little fucking saggy titties.
there's no way, and really like, you're just stupid and a bad businessman if you're not monetizing that somehow. Like it's just
What do you hate money?
What do you for real? Like, are you?
Every motherfucker out there talking about how they didn't monetize it, they're monetizing it now.
And if you don't want
And
to monetize
if they're not
it,
monetizing their YouTube channel,
there's a reason.
they got a fucking $1,000 a month fucking buy-in Patreon. They're making money somewhere.
So if you don't want to monetize it and you're against it, monetize it and then donate all that money. Donate that money to the
Right.
GOA that's better than the
Good
NRA.
point.
Or all these, you know what I mean? Find a local soup kitchen. Fuck all the gun stuff. Go find a local soup kitchen and say, look, I pull in 20 grand a month or 10 grand a month off this YouTube channel. Have it all. Like, how you could talk all this shit in the world, nobody could spit in your general direction if you're donating 15 grand a month out there.
I just say because this community is so small, because it really is. This community is really small.
to differentiate themselves.
Everybody all these motherfuckers, all you damn gun guys, you ought to be figuring out how we can be together, because the separation we have is ridiculous.
They don't
We were
want
just
to.
having
They
this
don't
Yeah,
want
but
to.
it's everywhere, man. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's everything. That's
We're-
like, yeah,
What were we saying?
That's
this
why
morning?
they
I said-
are going to take your guns, because you can't fucking stand in a room
no, but
next to another gun owner.
everybody's gonna stand up and fight.
That's
Oh
what-
yeah,
that's what we
nobody's
said this
gonna
morning.
fucking
I said-
stand
I
up
said
and
you
fight.
can't-
Especially you fucking
can't be shit
asshole.
talking
You're
each
not
other.
gonna.
You can't be shit talking each other. You can't be mad at everybody. I go, you better have somebody on your side right now. Like, business is tight.
Nobody talks about that.
I have been fucking telling you guys. I don't know if we've said this on video. I say it on the live feeds. Business is fucking tight for the entire industry. We're okay because while we're part of the gun industry, we are not fucking the gun industry. We are able to build what we build and take it in different colors. If the gun guys stop buying it, we'll be selling it to your fucking wives and your fucking girlfriends and your fucking chick cutting your hair and the stripper you're watching. We will put our gear in people's hands. If it's not you, we'll fucking come 2 degrees over and fucking sell it to your mom. We're good at marketing.
Cry, Eagle, all those dudes, you know what I mean? London Bridge, those dudes.
There are companies fucking going out of business right now. You better be friendly with fucking somebody worth being friendly with.
And that's what, like, I really like the dudes that were shit talking to me. Like, we were joking about it earlier today. Like, did it get under my skin? Probably a little bit, right? Like, it's normal to feel like you don't know me to be sure, but like I used to hear you say, "What do you gain out of it?" But like, what are you getting out of it? Like, you talking about another person. What, like, that can't make you feel good inside at all. Like, and if it does, like, what's really wrong with you? That, like, you talk about a dude and what he's dressed, or he's loud and annoying. Like,
You're loud and annoying.
I am loud.
You were very fucking loud.
and very annoying, and I'm with you. But like, what do you get pointing that out? It's like the dude from
They
Simpsons.
get it's the attaboys. They get the attaboys
all of them
from the other dudes.
all of
yeah.
them tap their
That's-
shoulders.
that's
and-
what- that's
okay.
what they do.
I mean, if that's what you need, if that's how you got to get the positive reinforcement in your life.
But-
I wore the green pants just for you.
So we've been
They
saying
can't see the green pants.
this
Can you
is
kick
coming.
your leg up high enough to
No,
show
my,
them?
my ass is really sore.
Like, we've been saying this is coming for a while. Like, whatever live feed videos you watch, whatever Facebook page, whatever company it is that you are friends with, and Facebook, Facebook live feeds, Instagram, it's been good. It was good for a couple of years because it really lets you connect with your customers. Your customers really felt like they were part of what you were doing because you showed. There's dudes out there gaming it and bullshitting it and stuff, but like, we turn a video on and you just hear what happens. Like, we actually forget the fucking cameras on sometimes in here. So it's let you guys get to know us, and then it lets us interact with you on a one-on-one basis, and you can see fucking facial expression and body, language and stuff. I've been telling you guys this for fucking a year and a half almost now. things are fucking going to get tighter, and you're going to see there's companies right now. 2 years ago, there were 100 dudes out there making belts, saying they were just as good as ours. They look just like ours. They cost less. Those guys are out of business. There's a handful of dudes making belts right now. Some of your biggest companies that were competing when it was me and like 4 other companies making belts, we were making this shit in belts. Those other companies, all they made was belts. One company doesn't even fucking make the belts anymore. They make a completely different belt with a proprietary buckle. Neat. Not the same fucking thing we're building. Another company's completely out of business. There's fucking 4 or 5 other guys that were, doing some shit. They're gone. Fucking back to normal ass jobs. Companies make whatever company it is you like that you like to fucking interact and watch what you're seeing them do now. Because if you went back to basics, whatever started your company, if you went back to basics, you could save your company. If you can cut some fucking expenses out of it, go back to basics. They're not doing that because they don't want to say that we weren't prepared for it or we didn't listen or whatever the reason is they're not doing it. You see a lot of dudes right now. You see a lot of companies where you saw multiple personalities on camera that are not fucking on those cameras anymore because those motherfuckers went and got real jobs because they weren't able to fucking keep their shit together.
Are you saying this isn't a real job because you make belts?
I want
to... But that's the difference. A lot of these guys, they never acted like it was a goddamn real job. Is the fucking problem.
They didn't put the time in.
They saw us fucking running around and they saw us going and riding razors. They saw dudes in Las Vegas fucking posting pictures of Lambos and shit. They don't own those cars. They went and rented those cars. But they wanted to spend that money when they never had a fucking base. They wanted to go have the fun without putting the 20 fucking years into it. Like, we had a lot of fun. But when you talk about any story we had fucking 20 years ago while we were talking about crazy, crazy shit, it wasn't shit we were spending money on. It was us actually going and doing shit.
It was decompression.
It was,
from
it was real shit.
30 hours straight of work, and now we need to get out of the shop for 2 hours. And when you got out of the shop, you just let it all out. You did some crazy fun real shit.
But no, like most of my fondest memories of that time were building the business. Like, it was going to the range. It was going to the fucking SEAL team range. It was going into the fucking desert with the fucking SEALs. It was going to sniper school.
Grinding.
It was doing all that shit. It was going and actually jocking up and doing ship takedowns and stuff. It was doing real shit.
Is that when you had that weapons malfunction?
I didn't. I did have a weapons malfunction. I had a so everybody's running MP5s, and I'm running a M4. Prior to an M4, I'm running an AR-15, and we're running BF8. We're running blank firing adapters. How were the MP5s firing blanks?
They had a
BF8.
Yeah, they had. It would go on like the the suppressor.
So I'm with the SOTG guys. I'm with the CQB guys. And they're like, "Hey, jock up, you got all the stuff." So we're doing this ship takedown thing, and I'm in fucking stack with them. I'm like second dude through the door, and there's like, "Okay, you're gonna run." It's right before they transitioned to M4s from the MP5. So the MP5s have a super heavy trigger. They did not run them with safety on. I have my M4, and I do not have safety on. At advice of them, don't run it with safety. And my shit. I actually, as I'm coming through the door, I don't know if I had pistol in hand. I want to say I had pistol in hand. As I'm coming through the door, the barrel of my rifle catches the ship hatch, and it fucking kind of like just lets it bump. And one of my Fast Tex buckles fucking indeed that motherfucker fucking right in. Luckily, it was a goddamn blank. Would have shot right through my foot or ricocheted around or whatever. But yes, I did have a fucking indeed.
I've heard a story, dude at a range that was slung it, safety came off somehow, and he like moved, and a buckle got in there, and it like between his toes, like nothing happened to him, like through his shoe,
hole through his shoe.
Yeah, 2 things I wanted to. One real quick.
Hold on. Dave actually hook and climbed that ship.
Yeah.
Dave came in on the water side assault element. Ranger Dave fucking hooked and climbed onto the fucking ship with dudes who were on rebreathers fucking right before that. Were you up? You were up there, weren't you? It was Lance Manning was with me. You were up there, weren't you?
I don't think so.
Gosney and Dallas Shaw were both in my fucking stack.
Because when you guys did the ship thing, we were in town setting up the sniper shoot.
Speaking about in town, we're talking about that video.
Yes.
The Delta guys.
The Delta guys, which I feel like it's a valid question to ask.
Yes.
If Chuck Norris was with
No, Chuck Norris doesn't do any of the training events because.
But he is Delta Force. I've seen a couple of movies that say Delta Force
I'm
and
just
Chuck
saying,
Norris.
the motorcycle he rides with the rockets
Fucking
on it,
epic.
man, there's no blank firing devices for that shit.
You can't.
They only pull Chuck out when it's like legit.
Time to go.
Have you seen Chuck's new Toyota commercial? They don't need Chuck Norris anymore because Toyota can do all of its own shit.
Yeah. So, one thing I've noticed, and this is kind of off topic, but there are two. So, fast food, they've changed something. At the end of fast food, they say to you, and what else?
Oh yeah, that's just it. So,
And what else? I'll take one of these. And then you, after the first or second time, you start catching like, I wanted a big, like, give me one Big Mac and that'll be it. And she's like, and what else?
so Nick
Fucking
is
give me the fries then.
that's a good salesman, and that's some.
But
sales
everybody's
marketing.
doing it.
Right. So Nick is good with this. A person will come in and be like, "Hey, do you have a shotgun rig?"
Mhm.
Nick will give you the shotgun rig, and they're like, "Okay." He's like, "Do you have a sling? What gun do you have? Do you have a side saddle? With this, do you want to run an H set? You don't
Right.
need the H set, but we've never put an H set on anybody who doesn't end up buying the
It's
H set
fucking
because
epic.
it's more comfortable. Do you want to counterbalance it with hydro? You might want water. You might not need water, but you can use it for other stuff. In a pinch, you could put a small shotgun in there as a scabbard. Like Nick is very good with that. Me, I'm
I
like,
want a shotgun rig.
I'm
Here
a
you go.
terrible salesman.
John's the worst.
You don't even have a shotgun. You don't need this shotgun.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
terrible at
He's
it.
the
What
worst.
else?
No, because they'll be like $100 bills in their hands.
Yeah.
They're like, what do I need? I'm going to the shotgun class. And John will always say the same shit. He'll go to the class,
And then come back and buy
and then
something
come back after, and then you'll know what you need.
I did run a shotgun.
I'll be the dude like, okay, it's $150 for this shotgun rig. Give me $150. Okay, now let's go have fucking $150 sushi, and I'll just give you your fucking money back.
Buy your dinner.
We'll go buy some expensive ass coffee.
Thank
and
you for
chocolate
buying
cake.
something from me. I feel like I need to return this to
Yeah,
you.
now we can hang out.
But most people need that.
So
Most
if you want dinner with John, $150.
most people need to be told. They
And
need
what
to be
else?
told what they want.
So
But
you don't build bullshit.
I watched Colin, and Nick has taken this to heart. I watched Colin literally sell a dude a shotgun rig
That didn't.
that didn't own a shotgun. The dude went that weekend and bought a shotgun. So that has been Nick's salesman goal.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that Nick has sold shotgun rigs to
dudes that
motherfuckers that
I'll
own,
bet
own
that.
shotguns.
I'll bet that guy out there doesn't even.
I
have an
promise
Indian
you,
card. Brand.
He
I
does.
promise
He
you
does.
right
I know he
now.
does.
I promise
He
you
trained
right
with him.
now. I promise you. There are dudes last night that bought M1 Grand chest rigs because we haven't built them in years.
But don't have
There's
no
dudes
idea.
that bought M1 Grand chest rigs that probably don't have an M1 Grand yet.
So the other thing, what else? What else? And what else? There are around where I live, really nice area,
Beautiful areas. Beautiful.
hiring signs on every fucking business I walk in. I like it's gotten to the point where like if I say challengers now you're gonna start noticing challengers. Like so I noticed one I was like, oh fucking Taco Bell's hiring. School must be coming out, you know what I mean? And they need the summer. I can't think of the last place I walked in that didn't have a
Dude, we were in North Carolina for Overland Expo. The fast food places had $16 an hour on their flashing billboards, starting 60 because they can't find motherfuckers to work.
I don't get it.
No?
Like
Well, it's.
I get it.
Here in Nashville, it's because
Fastest growing city.
fastest growing city, but also
But theoretically there should
They're
be
coming from
children
California
there.
and
but
shit.
fastest growing city. But here in Tennessee, the money they don't need to get a job.
So
The
so
checks
I,
at Tennessee, the unemployment
yeah,
checks.
but not
all
in
that-
Franklin. You're not getting unemployment checks in Franklin.
I'll-
Maybe. Okay,
Maybe.
but
I'll
it's
bet
not
you they,
here.
I'll bet
But
you they
I'll
have,
say it's worse.
I'll bet you
I'll
there's
say,
a crazy check in Franklin.
I'll say it's worse
We
in
know
Franklin.
there is. I told you the story.
Wait a minute. I'll say it's worse in Franklin because it's upper middle class, right?
Yeah, you got the
it's,
soccer moms and
it's
the
upper
pills.
middle class.
The kids getting jobs, I think, in my area are either truly want to work or the parents are like, you need to get a fucking job.
Well, that's what I'm
Teach them
saying.
some hard work.
My guess
But
is
the
it-
people in your area, a lot of those are fucking homes where they're actually raising their kids.
Yes.
Their mom
Mom's
probably is
home.
not on a fucking
Correct.
on a check like that. She's
Correct.
probably getting a fucking $3,000 child support check
Yeah.
from fucking dad.
Yeah.
But that kid typically he's involved. He's involved in school. He's involved in church. I believe in the high school there. I believe Dana's kids actually had to fucking do
Community service.
120
or something.
hours of community service or
Even
something.
for my high school, I had to back in Michigan.
Okay.
So but it's just it's
What's your point?
staggering.
What's your
Well, it's
point?
just staggering that like everybody's complaining about the economy and this and there's no jobs and we want $15 an hour. Like I work for a high-end Mercedes deal. I work for Mercedes, okay? And like our porters start at $15 an hour. We can't keep porters.
Why?
I don't know. Like I hate to like people that say the millennials don't work and the younger generation doesn't work. Like you nailed it on the head, right? Like my dad worked 12-hour shifts, 8 years straight almost. You know what I mean? Like 7 days a week. Like what my son doesn't want, right? And it made me like...
It's generational. We watch dad work, so we don't want to work.
Right. So, and I agree. Like me and Jess, this year's our goal is to take as many trips and vacations as we can.
And what am I going to tell you while you're on vacation?
You take a lot of vacations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you're right. Right.
He's going to be on vacation. Send me a shot. Go, what are you doing? I go, what the fuck do you think
I'm
doing?
working. And
yeah, but
I take more vacations than him, and he makes 10 times what I make, and that's fine. But like, my goal is like I was thinking of changing jobs, right? And the job I was going to change to was going to give me a bump in pay, but it was going to take more hours. And I sat and I did the math, right? And if I did the same decent down the middle quality, I'd make more money, but I was going to put more time in. So like my hourly rate really didn't go up. Wasn't more efficiently making money. I was just putting more time in and more access to make more money. The problem is that schedule for that job, you worked every Saturday. Like I remember my dad didn't go to a single...
What are you doing every Saturday?
Nothing. But here's the thing. We want to have kids soon, right? That's.
So you're going to be stay-at-home dad because she's going to fucking work Saturdays.
That's fine. But my dad didn't go to like one. My mom went to every single football game. My dad didn't go to one because he worked 12 hours, 7 days a week, right? Like, and he worked afternoons for a long time. So then, when my mom started working doing what she did, he made a point to go to every single one of my sister's basketball games. So my whole thing is like when I want my kids, I want to go to all their football games. I want to do all that stuff, and it's generational. My kid's going to be like, oh yeah, well, you're worried about your dad not coming? My dad's went to every single one. I would wish he would, you know what I mean? Like buy a nicer car or do this or like it. I believe it's cyclical. I think the next generation will do the different what the grandparent generation did.
It just depends. It depends.
But back to why am I bringing this point up? Like, I really think there's something to like the millennials and the Gen Ys or Z or whatever this is. Like, they're not working.
We gotta.
Well, we
have to identify right now while we're saying millennials. We think millennials as
way younger.
Fucking 21 fucking party kids.
Yeah,
they're 35 years old, man. They've got fucking 2 kids and 2 dogs and a fucking,
But I can see it at the dudes at work. So we have a big
I think the generation after that is even worse, man.
It's all I say that it's all about being comfortable. It's all about being comfortable. I will say this.
It's staying power.
When
you have felt discomfort, you have the ability to do shit that people don't want to do.
The only reason why I had a job when I was 12, the only reason why I had a job when I was 13. The only reason why I had a job when I was 13 because my mom said, I can't buy you a car. If you want a car, you're going to have to get a job and pay for your own insurance. That's the only reason, because I wanted that comfort. How many kids, like, especially for males right now, all-time low for males getting driver's license. What girl is not getting given a car, right? So I don't have to earn that.
In this town here, go to the fucking high school. Half the cars in the parking lot are 2-3-year-old cars. Fucking.
You got a new Chevy dealership in Camden.
You don't have to earn.
How many fucking new Mustangs are sitting in the parking lot of the school? Those kids aren't making those fucking car payments. No. I had a $500 a month Mustang payment on a 91 Mustang back then. I mean, now fucking $500. I mean,
so we have a big range of age in techs at the shop, and you can like the dudes that hustle. Like we send a part request so we can tell parts, hey, I need this thing. So when we get to the room, it's already pulled. Like you see those dudes moving, right? Like, and then you see the one dude who's got a clipboard and he takes him a minute and a half to walk from his bay to where 15 people have, and he'll sit there and stand there on the car and just wait. Like, hey, did you send a request? No, I'll wait. You can do all the other requests, and then I'll tell you what I need. And he came to ask one of the leaders a question, and the leader's like, look, dude, like, you can. I'm supposed to help you, and that's fine. You need to get all your shit together so I can spend the least amount of time helping you, because I have to also help I have to make my own paycheck. You know what I mean? Like, I have to turn twice what you have to make. And the kid snapped back like, no, he didn't. And I was like, you got a car payment? You got a house payment? You got 3 kids to feed? Like, the fire under that kid's ass is what... And I get it, because...
Your job here is to fucking make the company look good.
Yes.
Fucking make your boss's job a little bit easier.
Yes.
And make the other people above you fucking life fucking easier and faster so they can perform their jobs.
So I get it.
You can ask Jeff, like, we get a little heavy here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have more dudes than we need. When we have dudes that we need that are legitimately doing shit, I will always keep... I've never fired a dude.
They'll find something for him to do.
Like, we will fucking create work. Like, the property, we'll do property improvement. We'll be fucking digging holes. We'll bring in, dude, I'll bring in fucking $5,000 a month fucking lease equipment. We'll bring equipment in to run. Like, we will fucking...
Do shit.
I will buy $4,000 in trees and $20,000 in gravel. We will bring the shit in to have dudes as long as they're good working dudes. But when I come in the door and I got dudes fucking standing, or when I come in the door and I can hear conversations in the back, they're not working. When I come in the door and you see me, and for 5 days in a row, I'll pick a fucking broom up and sweep the floor, and not a one of them I walk past them, they see me doing it, or when I go in the bathroom and the toilet's dirty, I'm not above fucking cleaning a toilet. Who the fuck do you think cleans them on the weekends? But when I have to do that,
you clean the toilet every time you go in there.
I do. I wipe the.
I believe you.
I wipe a fucking public bathroom. If I fucking put the toilet seat up to piss, I always wipe it off.
If I leave it better, millionaires don't leave piss on a toilet seat.
I've done that. I've always done that.
I really believe that.
But we'll clean house. When we gut the fucking week, the strong dudes step up. Get more shit done. They're more focused. They're more fucking serious. And you guess what? All that extra shit we had on target, on site, we still get all that shit done.
So regardless
because that's a break. When we're droning after lunch, we're outside for 2 hours. We get a fuck ton of stuff done because everybody's nice and happy to be outside. And they come in, and now they're fucking re-energized.
So
sunlight fucking fixes things.
Regardless of employee work, like load, like how many employees you have, I bet you your efficiency has never gone down. You've always become more efficient. And there's something to making the same thing over and over again. But, like, if this one person made one item, 12 of them, and then you fired one person because they wasn't doing 12, and you still need the X amount of done, now they're doing 15, and they're going to hum and haw for the first couple of days, but then they figure out how to do 15.
So we've had 30 people sitting on the floor.
So
we've had 20 people sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
We've been down as low as fucking 8 people sitting on the floor.
Right.
You see more work when we have less people on the floor. We have less problems. We have less fucking having to resew shit. Like, you legitimately see more work. And what happens when that happens, we typically, we reward them because you see through the forest. You've cut down all your standing deadwood, and now you can really see what those performers are doing. We typically, that's when raises go out. That's when things happen.
So
I got no problem paying a person to come in here and work. Like, we would legitimately hire 20 people tomorrow. We're going to give some of those people raises really fast. Like, we might even start some of them higher.
Right.
But you have to come in and actually perform. You have to fucking have some staying power. Plus, I need to know that we're going to invest in you. Like, we bring 5 people in here tomorrow. We don't get 5 people's worth more work. We actually get about fucking 50% of the work we were getting before you got here. Because now I have to fucking task a person to fucking be with you the whole time.
So a couple Saturdays ago, we had the guy that usually runs lead for the team, his small knee operation. So he was out for a while. And then one dude
Jeff had double knee operations, when he was here? The next fucking day.
It wasn't the next day, but it was pretty close.
You'd like him, he's a Marine. But he couldn't bend his knee for some reason or whatever. So the doctor gave him a week off, or he'd take a couple days off. So, and then another guy on the team had just moved to New York or something. So we're down 2 big dudes, like that can turn hours.
Right.
And my team is the team, the team I'm on is the team that who's working this weekend? Oh, it's those guys. We can load up the work because we're a pretty efficient team and we usually get stuff in and out real quick. So our Saturdays usually have a couple more appointments. They're not afraid of taking all the walk-ins and then loading us up in the beginning of the morning. So I go to the foreman and I was like, how many appointments we got? He's like, we got 8, which is no big deal. I mean, 3 do. We have 2 newbies guys and then...
well, you go ahead and take lunch. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're not working. I was like, you sure you don't want me to get another guy who said he'd pick up the shit? He's like, yeah, he's gonna be fine. Okay, cool. So they gave, I was the lead, and then I cut Friday at 4:30. I go up front. I'm like, how many appointments we got tomorrow? Oh, we got 20, and then there's gonna be probably another 15 walk-ins. And I'm like, oh fuck, that's a big day for 5 full-fledged techs, and we've got like 3.5. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, so how are we going to divvy up the work? So I was like, I'm going to make sure. I told everybody, I was like, you need to find 2 bays, and you got to run 2 bays, and I'm going to keep you guys fed all day long. But like, when I give you something, I need it done. You know what I mean? Like, bust your ass on it as hard as you can, and I'll make sure. So I kept everybody running 2 bays, even like the newbie guy, who I was like, look, these are the easier jobs. I still need them done in half the time, both of them combined. I don't think we had a ticket sit for more than 15 minutes before I dished it out. And like everybody walked away on a short day, 6-7 hour day with like 9, 10, 11. Like I took all the junk work because I figured I could, you know, maybe knock it out quicker and just give the other guys more, so the team would be more efficient. And I still walked away with 9 hours that day, which is, you talk to other guys, how many did you do? Oh, I only did 4 on Saturday. Well, the work's there. The work's there, you know what I mean? And it's a little different. Yes, it's limited on how much work we get. But
it's a dealership. If you ever come in and there's no work, that doesn't happen.
Bad. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah,
that's good shit, man.
I figured I'd tone it down for Mr. Eric.
Did you tone it down?
A little bit. I caught myself a few times.
Yeah,
I try to just to show him a different side of me.
Really
Now the third time, he's going to be like, you know what? Maybe I was wrong about Mr. Pierre. Maybe John shouldn't ask him to step out next time. Now the third time, I'm going to fucking hammer him. Now I'm going to be super loud, chewing into the mic. Like,
you shouldn't care. You shouldn't care.
He was so polite. It's the only reason it pissed me off is he was so polite.
You shouldn't care unless it's somebody you know.
No. The one dude, Ken, he said some nice stuff. I like that. Ken, I read your comment. Thank you, sir.
You shouldn't care unless it's somebody you know.
You got anything you want to say before we go?
Because you don't even know who it. You know what I'm saying? It's probably that fucking. It's probably that dude on that other internet channel who's just trolling.
You got anything you want to say? It's supposed to freeze tonight. It's supposed to be 27 and it's pouring rain right now. So
which will be fun.
Do we want to give him a teaser on what the idea for the next video you want to do with me?
No.
Just keep it completely.
It would just be better if we
just did it one day and just uploaded it.
Just upload it.
Okay, guys, check it out. We got a Valentine's Day special we're doing. It is not a sale. You order over $50. You can order whatever you want. There's a code. You got an email. You better find the email. I'll put it on Facebook. It's on YouTube also. $50 gets you a free Valentine's Day cock. It is a Valentine's theme cock. So check that out. If you don't know what a cock is, we'll just keep saying cock. Check that out. We have a Valentine's Day collection. I don't know what it's on there. Just search Valentine's. It'll come up. We just did purple, Tiffany blue, and hot pink clothes bags, toiletry bags, zippered knife pouches, and something else. Grocery bags. So those are on there. You do not have to buy just those items or any of those items to use the Valentine's Day code to get the free gift. Although buy those and use the code if it's over $50. I don't know how she has it written. I think if you use the code, we give you free shipping and a free cock. It's a pretty good deal considering we don't do fucking discounts. So check that out. While you're hearing this audio, it'll be live by the time you hear this tomorrow. It'll go out in tonight's email, so it will have gone out the night before. When you see the video go up Monday, I think this video will probably go up Monday. It'll still probably be live.
Valentine's Day, what, Thursday?
Thursday. So this is the first holiday we've actually beat a
actual
holiday for.
I
don't know what the fuck's going on here, but
the rule of thumb is usually 2 days after the holiday, John's like,
hey,
I need you to make 400 Super Bowl cocks. Have them ready for the game. It was yesterday, John.
Oh, well.
Well, we're still doing this. We're still doing it. Get those cocks ready.
That way we're not competing with all the other people trying to
sell. Do you have a
Fritos.
collection of cocks?
Yeah, I got a couple.
You got a couple cocks?
Yeah, I got
a couple cocks. I got some nice cocks. I got some.
Do you have a dildo collection?
Yes.
What makes it a collection?
Do you have a?
What's the number that goes past the collection?
Toys? How many sex toys do you have?
I've got containers. Like you prep food, I prep butt plugs.
So you've got a container full of
butt
plugs.
Are they used on you?
Wait for that's going to be a question you can ask.
You got a container full of butt plugs?
Well, how else are you going to keep the cats out of licking your butt plugs?
No,
I've noticed that when you store sex toys next to sex toys, sometimes they fucking disintegrate themselves.
There's different kinds of plastic. And the lube you're using is the wrong lube for the sex toy.
Is that what it is?
That would be a good podcast right there.
You're sexy enough, if you're
sexy
sexy enough, like me, if you're sexy enough, your bitch just gets wet. You don't even need lube.
I guess I'm not sexy enough. We buy it by the 55.
Are you saying you're not wet right now?
I got a hand pump. by the
wet.
bed. I'm
He's
fucking
wet.
sweating my ass off all
He
day. The
is.
fucking
I like pushed him.
the
pushed
fucking-
him. I went
the
like this to
Techaderm-
move him out of my way. I'm like, why are you fucking
the
wet?
Techaderm wouldn't stick to my ass. Dude's like, what's? I was like, A, your AC's not working. And he was like, I heard him earlier saying it's fucking hot in here and the AC's not working. The Techaderm, when he put it on, it came around. He's like, I'm gonna have to get some tape. Like it's not like there's tape all the way around. And then he gave us some. He looked at Jesse and goes, clean this and put it on him later when he's.
I know what's wrong. You probably have an infection.
Already.
You,
Fucking
I told
14
you.
seconds after they
I
went in.
told you, don't try to save some. Like, don't try to make your own pellets. Just get them from a
You
pharmacy.
said they were like rabbit food.
They look like little.
So I just used rabbit food.
They look like little rabbit pellets.
I just used rabbit
tablets,
food.
like pelletized feed. All right, guys, it's 6:18. If you like anything that we do, support us later on. Send some friends to us, and until you do business with us, then send some more friends. Check us out on Instagram, MeWe, Facebook, YouTube. We have an Amazon link on the website, SOE Tactical Gear. If you just click the Amazon link, what that does is it takes you to Amazon. Looks like Amazon, smells like Amazon, tastes like Amazon. Anything you buy in the next 48 hours on Amazon, we get a little tiny piece of it. It doesn't cost you anything different. You don't even know it happened. We don't see what you bought. We don't know who bought it, so no trip. Don't worry about it. But that's just a way of supporting us if you like what we're doing. Pierre comes down, Jeff and Pierre and I, we talk about a lot of things business-wise. Pierre infuses a lot of things, kind of a different path, kind of more the liberal path that Jeff and I would never see, more of the estrogen path.
Because he lives in Nashville.
Because he lives in Nashville.
It's
which
never
is
just a
like
straight
California.
compliment. It can't ever just be like, I really like Pierre. Like,
So
Pierre's
it's more
alright,
the
but he's a bitch.
touchy-feely stuff. You guys asking how to find the... I get emails from you guys like, hey, I'm looking for these closed groups you talk about and I can't find them. Can you give me help? You're the dudes that we don't want in there. Not really, but yeah, you're the dude. So,
Kind of really just joking.
joking. I'm joking. I'm just serious.
I'm seriously joking.
I'm just joking. All right, guys.
You're about to cut it off?
Yeah.
Cool. If you like me, cool. If you don't,
Leave a message. Make sure you leave a message if you do not like Pierre.
yes, comment.
If you
Comment below.
if
I
you
would
do not-
comment on Mercedes-Benz's website.
If you don't, especially if you don't like his pants. If you don't like his pants. If you got any vehicle questions, go ahead and hit him up too. He loves
Hit him,
that.
he loves
Yeah,
it.
it's coming
He loves the
below.
cock.
I'll
But he's a
reply.
truck driver. He only gets home after midnight, so only contact him after 1 a.m. Hit me up directly. I'll give you his cell phone number.
188, eat a dick.
188-8866-EAT-A-DICK.
Dick.
That's actually our 800 phone line.